Hey guys, how's it going? So, this video is going to be a little bit different. Now, for those of you who don't know, I live in Canada. Kind of semi-close to Toronto. So, that being said, if you guys don't follow the news from here, because I don't know what you guys get when it comes to like the States and different places as to what's going on here, but last year, a lot of stuff was being said about Marineland. Now, for those of you who don't know what Marineland is, I envy you. Marineland is basically kind of like SeaWorld, only a lot smaller and a lot, well, I'll explain. So, now, like I said, Marineland's a lot like SeaWorld, only in this case, it's a lot smaller and not very well funded. It's owned not by a company, but by one person who doesn't really care about anything. So the animals are in very poor condition. The park itself is in very poor condition. It's just not really a good place to go. And if you want to look more into this, I mean, just type in Marineland, and the amount of information you'll find about not only the owner itself, but the park, the animals, etc., will blow your mind. That being said, as you guys can probably tell from my channel, I love animals. I've always loved animals. I've always been not really so much an animal rights activist per se, but if I think that something's not being right, if animals aren't being cared for properly, I'm definitely going to be one of the ones to be up there saying, hey, what are you doing? This isn't right. Sorry, that's my cell phone. So, that being said, I've been to Marineland once when I was a child, and I actually really enjoyed it. Now, obviously back then I wasn't really aware of what was really going on behind the scenes, and what I remember is being able to feed bears marshmallows, which at the time seemed really cute, not wrong. Seeing deer running around on cement. Quite a few of them looked very bad, having sores on their faces and things like that. And then being able to see dolphins and whales and big scary catfish and all sorts of things, and my cat is just knocking stuff off my dresser. So, that being said, I, for the longest time, really wanted to go back because, like I said, being there once, I was really excited. Not being able to visit places like SeaWorld, etc., because of where I live, Marineland is obviously the closest. So, a few years ago, I started doing more research on these places strictly because of hearing about the death that happened at SeaWorld in 2010 led me to a lot of research. It led me to watching the documentary Blackfish, which if you guys haven't seen, I highly, highly recommend watching Blackfish. What you'll see on there is actually really surprising. It's a very good documentary, and you can easily download it. I believe that you can even rent it off Amazon and what have you, but you can also find it on Netflix, and it's actually in both versions. So I definitely highly recommend that you check it out because it's really worth watching. That is more based on SeaWorld, not really Marineland. So I'm basically going to kind of jump into why I'm making this video and everything, kind of give you a tiny bit of a backstory and then explain to you the whole purpose of this. So last year, Marineland got a lot of bad press. A lot of bad press. Now, Marineland's always kind of had, from doing research, they've always kind of had a negative aura around them, it seems. The owner, whom I'm not going to mention his name because this guy's like really, really like weird about things. Like, he's suing a lot of people. He threatens a lot of people. He gets away with a lot of stuff that I'm blown away that he does. And, but you can find all the information you want about this man. Like, it's there. So anyway, last year, some of the former workers started to come clean about how the animals were really being cared for, and they also released some of their own personal videos and things that they documented while working there. And a lot of the stuff that was released was videos of the dolphins and their skin like coming off in big chunks. The sea lions' eyes clutched shut. One of them like had their like eyeball or like eyelid like literally fall right out. You know, they're always kind of clutching their eyes and trying to dunk their head in like their fresh water because they were literally put in these like this dry barn type thing. They have one lonely whale that is the only killer whale they have because SeaWorld has taken the other one back, probably because of a lot of this negative press. And they have a bunch of belugas. Now, here's the thing that's really upsetting. First off, not only is it really, really bad that these animals are in really poor conditions and nobody's really doing anything, the bears are extremely malnourished, they're extremely skinny, the deer are walking around with giant sores on their face, There's videos you can find of them roughly taking deer down and sawing off their antlers, while people are just holding them down on the ground very roughly. A lot of the deers have sores all over them. Their ribs and their bones are sticking out. They're obviously in very poor condition. This man does nothing to fix it. They have mass burial grounds on their property where they're burying thousands of animals, and some of these animals aren't even logged. They don't even log this stuff. These animals come in and they're dying not even 24 hours later, and this is okay to him. He doesn't care that we think it's wrong, and he's went on to threaten to run people over. He's threatened to shoot them. He's shot other people's animals because they've been near his quote-unquote property. And, you know, this guy just harasses people and torments people and torments animals and gets away with it. So now there are tons of videos about Marineland, and my video obviously isn't going to be as detailed as others, and I strongly recommend that you do check out other people's videos because you will get more of a feel of really what I'm talking about. Because like I said, all you have to do is just Google Marineland, Marineland, Canada, and what will come up will blow your mind. I'm being 100% serious here. So the reason that I'm making this video is because I recently came across their Facebook page. And I decided to say, you know what, I want to say my piece. I'm well aware that, you know, he could possibly try to come at me because he seems to be doing that to everybody else. But, you know, I want to speak up. I want to be able to say my part. I love animals. It doesn't matter if it's a snake, a bug, anything, you know, I love them all. And so I commented, and I basically, you know, had said that people need to open their eyes, and I don't understand why they've got this picture of this walrus up when you can clearly see that there's things wrong with her flippers and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm actually going to show you the picture and show you what they've done to me since. So basically what ended up happening was that I made this comment. There was no curse words, nothing, you know, using any names or anything, just saying what I can see from that picture and what I've read online about the mass burial, like the mass graves and et cetera, et cetera. And they deleted my comment and blocked me from commenting on their page completely. Now, I can still go to the page, but I cannot comment, I cannot tag, I can't anything. The only thing I can do is share stuff. They've literally taken my right to comment on their things. They have not blocked me from the page, but they've taken my right away. One person making one comment has pissed them off to the point that they had to silence me. Now, I think this is hilarious because imagine if one person gets on this guy's nerves that bad. Imagine what thousands of people would do. So I strongly encourage you to find the Marineland page on Facebook, which I'm going to show to you in a moment, and comment on every single picture about all the information you find. And when he blocks you, get your friends, your family, your cousin, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, everybody to just spam on their Facebook page. If you can protest outside, because obviously this man will go to any, I'm getting tongue-tied here, I'm getting so enraged from this. He will go to any length to try to silence you. I mean, I'm one person here. I'm one person. I mean, one comment, just one was all it took for them to take my right away from being able to comment on their page. And let me tell you, again, now I wish I had screenshotted it because I didn't think they would actually do this. I figured they would have just ignored it. But I never swore. I never, like I said, called out anybody. I just said what I could see. So bear with me for a moment because I'm actually going to go on there and I'll show you if my phone would stop being stupid. Okay. So this is actually the picture that I commented on. Now, as you can see, what I was really commenting about is, where's my fingers there? Look at her flippers. Look at those flippers. They're so, like, red and raw. I mean, obviously something isn't right. And I mean, the other walrus there, his eyes are closed. Now, granted, he could have been blinking when they took the shot, but from all the videos I've seen, they're all like, and they can't even open their eyes because the water's so bad that it's like burning them alive, it seems. So, now, as you can see, I can't scroll anymore. I can't scroll anymore. My comment used to be there, but I can't scroll anymore. So I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of weird, you know, like is my phone glitching out? Like I don't understand what's going on. Look at this. Look at it. I can't comment on anything. I can share stuff, but I sure as hell can't comment on anything. Like, it doesn't matter. See, it's all share. It's all share. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe if I, it's because maybe Facebook changed their stuff. So maybe if I like the page, like that'll change. So I tried that. Tried refreshing the page. So I'll show you. As you can see, I'm not liked on it. Oh, wait. Not liked. So now I've liked it. As you can see, it's liked. So I'll refresh the page to see if, maybe that's what it is. So, okay. No, I've liked the page and I can't comment. I have been blocked from commenting on their page completely. That's your proof right there. And I'll let you know that I just unliked it. I don't want to be associated with this at all. But yeah, I think that's hilarious that one person could annoy them that much with saying one thing that they feel that they have to just take that privilege away from being able to comment on their page. And I'll be honest with you, I had no intentions on spamming them or anything of the sort. I just, wanted to say my piece. Apparently they can't handle one comment. So, since it's obvious that one person can get a rise, as I said, imagine thousands. So I really, really do suggest just looking up the Facebook page and saying how you feel. Because, I mean, really, are you really okay with animals being hurt? Are you really okay with animals dying less than 24 hours after they get them? Are you really okay with the fact that they bury these animals on this property when it's very close to like the cleanest water in Niagara Falls? People drink from that. People bathe in that. And there's mass burial grounds all around their drinking water. Is that really safe? Is that really a good thing to have? And then if you want to say something near his property, the fact that he could threaten you, threaten to run you over, threaten to shoot you, that's the type of company we want to support. And this is a guy that we're supposed to trust with animals, right? Because obviously he doesn't care about like animals' lives, let alone human lives. Because I mean, if you can just easily threaten to shoot me or run me over, now he's never actually threatened me, but he has been on film. There are videos of him threatening other protesters. So it is out there, and that's okay. That's a good business model. That's how we're supposed to run our businesses. I'm sorry. Every company, everything is going to have some sort of negative press. How you deal with it really kind of shows, who you really are. And by silencing people, it doesn't look good on your part. Why can't they just be like, hey, we're fixing this? Why can't they step things up? Why can't they make sure their animals are in better condition? Why can't they stop burying animals like left, right, and center? Why can't they stop threatening people? Why can't he be a normal human being and act like a normal person for once in his life and treat people with dignity and respect and treat those animals with dignity and respect? This is really what it's about here. Like, you should not be able to threaten me. You should not be able to mistreat these animals the way you do. It's sickening. It is disgusting. In fact, you make Canada look bad, okay? You make us look horrible. That place, that's not what Ontario is. That's not what we stand for, okay? We're disgusted by this. There are tons of people who live here who refuse to step foot near that place because of how they're treated. There are people who have nightmares because of what they've seen there. Who wants to take their children to a park and see malnourished, half-dead bears running around? And then diseased deer trotting around where you can be right near them? Who wants that? And then, anybody who's been to school knows that whales are extremely social animals. So you mean to tell me that this whale, who's been around other whales its whole entire life, even though it was stolen out of the ocean, now can live on its own, and that's perfectly okay? The thing just sits there and floats in this tiny little pool, day in and day out, getting absolutely almost no care, and that's okay. We want to pay to go and see that, right? Because that's educational. Like, this isn't even education, this isn't entertainment. This is bullshit. It's disgusting, vile, it's trite, garbage, like, curse words have not been invented for the garbage that is this place. It's just, it blows my mind. It really blows my mind that people can get away with this shit. I mean, like, now, as I said, there's going to be people who might hate on me for this, for putting this video up, or think that I'm wrong, or that I'm not justified in saying what I'm saying, and saying, oh, what you find on the internet, you can't really believe, and da-da-da. You can say what you'd like to say. All the proof is there. I mean, I ain't gonna pay $60 to go into this place to see it for myself, okay? Because first off, $60 to go into a trash park covered in bees, like that's what I want. Like I want to go into a park that's falling apart. I mean, you go down in their underwater viewing and it's leaking. Like, this is safe? Like, I'm sorry, these are underwater viewing tanks and they're leaking. What does that tell you? Do you go to SeaWorld and see their tanks leaking? Because me, personally, I'm not very comforted with going into an area with animals that are starving with leaking tanks. Yeah, not really good. That does not seem like something that's safe, let alone smart. Like, it's ignorant to ignore this. It's ignorant to close your eyes to this and act like it doesn't exist. It needs to stop. That's what it comes down to. He needs to either step it up or just be like, you know what, I had a good run, and just stop it. Just stop. No more animals need to suffer. And as for me kind of sticking my nose in where it doesn't belong, okay, these animals can't cry for help, because if they could, they would be. And it would be all over the place. We need to give them a voice because they don't have one. Okay? They don't. And that's really sad that we as people have taken that away from them. We take them from the ocean and put them in these little tanks and make them do tricks for their food. It's bullshit. Okay? And anybody can hate on me because I keep exotics myself. Yes, I keep tarantulas, and technically, you know, that they come from the wild, etc., etc. So if you want to hate on me because of that, but I'm going to tell you straight up, okay? My animals are not starving. My animals don't have to do some weird sort of trickery to get their food. And my animals are in subsequent good places for them. They don't need giant tanks. They've got hides. They're happy. They're healthy. Can you say that about their animals? Mine will live quite a while. Tarantulas live forever in captivity. What is this? And they only live 20 years. Hello. They live up to 100, if you know what I mean. Like, just because they die quick in captivity does not mean that that's their actual, like, lifetime expectancy. They find whales that have been tagged years ago and they're going on to their 60th year of living. But they only live 20 years in captivity. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? So, I'm going to say it one more time. You guys need to open up your eyes and really see this. And as I said, if one person can get that much of a rise, imagine 1,000, imagine 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1,000,000. You know, we can move mountains. We just need to choose to actually take that step. And I'm asking you to just take one moment of your time to even just comment what you think is wrong or how you really feel about it. Because it all counts in the end. It really does. So, I'm going to end this ranty video here. It's almost 18 minutes of me being really angry and tongue-tied. So I hope you guys can take something from this and really think about it long and hard. Marineland Canada, if you want to look it up on Google, Marineland Canada on Facebook. And they have a website too, which won't give you anything but lies. But of course, if you want to check that out, it's there. But like I said, just type it into Google. The amount of information you're going to find is crazy. There's a lot of reputable websites you can find. That was my cat. There's a lot of reputable websites you can go on, such as The Star, which is a big newspaper here in Canada. Global News, which again, a big news station here. You know, there's a lot of reputable information you can find on there, plus a lot of self-started websites from different people who just really care and have been there experiencing it themselves, etc., etc. So that's basically all I've got to say right now. I hope that you guys can take something from this video and understand that, you know, this is really about speaking for those who don't have a voice. And I would love to initially, you know, ultimately see these animals in better places, you know, big ocean pens where they could just live out their lives in the waves and, you know, clean, salty, nice water for them, and they could just live out their life and be happy. It's my ultimate goal to see. Will I see that in my lifetime? I really don't know. I would love to. I would love to think that maybe in my kids' lifetime that could be something that they would see. But, you know, if we don't start stepping up and really saying something, none of us are going to see that, and that's really sad. These animals have been here for a really long time. We need to stop taking from them and making them suffer for a bit of our happiness is really ultimately what it needs to be. So, I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Thank you so much, and see you soon.